Hi everybody, how you doing? This is part 2 of the return for 2023 to Chadderton Cemetery. I'm just wandering around in this little bit. This is like halfway through the previous video, if you've seen part 1. But I'm just wandering around thinking, right, where am I going to go? And pretty soon I do make my decision. I'm going to have a good look round on the other side today and see what we can find. There's lots of hidden graves on the side which we go and have a good look at, so some interesting histories hopefully. Right everybody, we're going to go over to this side. So this is the main entrance and I just can't get my head into the video that I wanted to do, but that's fine because there's plenty more that we can do. Just to let you know, by the way, I did a recent video on Robert Ashcroft. I went and found his grave. This is his father's grave. His father was also a solicitor in Oldham, had offices on Queen Street. He isn't buried here though, he's buried down near his house. It's now been turned into a golfing course basically. But I'll tell you what I would like to say. We spent in the video, every time I come in, I always head down that way and we never really come over here, so we're going to do this side today. We're going to have a look at who's here, see what histories we've got, and yeah, just take it from there. We've already done this grave down here. This guy was a circusman. We've done a couple of these, so we're going to start from Frank Ashworth. Actually a beautiful looking grave this, everyone. Oh, there's a white one over there I want to go and look at as well. So this is Frank. Oh, hey, look. Frank Ashworth of Collier's Arms Cross, Ashton Road, who died June the 13th, 1898. He was 36 years old. He's gone, but he's not forgotten. That's very true, that, because we're featuring him on the channel now, aren't we? Also Elizabeth, wife of the above. Oh, Elizabeth died in 1934. Lived all them years without her husband. Mustn't have got remarried because she would have been in the grave with a new husband, potentially. Here we go. This is Eli Ashworth of Bull's Head in Hayside. He died February the 12th, 1896. So almost, today's the 10th I think, or the 11th of Feb. He was only 28. What a beautiful grave. Look at this, everyone, all chiselled out the side. And potentially I would have thought that maybe these would have been other people should they have been buried with him, but doesn't look like anybody has. Let's have a look. We've got a similar gravestone here. Oh wow. Edward Tetlow of Cow Hill Farm. So that would be bottom of Lansdowne Road, not Lansdowne Road. Yeah, bottom of Lansdowne Road, Chadderton. Cow Hill Farm, actually I've seen that on other records, but he was 55 when he died, and his wife Sarah is also in there. He died in 1900. We've got Thomas Cottam. Thomas died May the 20th, 1899. That year haunts me for some reason. Also Margaret, his wife. She was interred at Bowden Church. I wonder if... That's weird. So she died... Ah, right, okay. So she died before him. She was only 37. They buried her at Bowden. And then when he died, he got put here and they put her name on the stone. In loving memory of James Alfred Jones of Belgrave Road, Oldham, born March the 2nd, 1833. He died November 5th, 1891. What's that? Also Mary's beloved wife of the above. She died in 1903. The stone is manufactured by Whitehead Brothers, Union Street West. I wonder where the Whitehead Brothers are buried, and I wonder what their gravestone looks like. You know, I was thinking the other day, everybody, let's have a walk over here. I was thinking the other day, and I don't know how I'm going to get a copy of the records, but I'm going to work on it. we all know about St Peter's. Well, if you've watched the channel, you know about St Peter's Church, which stood where the shopping centre is now. Well, I'm thinking, all those bodies that were in there, you see them mentioned, like people, you'll see on stones mentioned, this person's buried at St Peter's, or they're interred at St Peter's, but they get a mention on the grave. And I was just saying the other day, I thought, I wonder where those, not necessarily where the bodies had gone, because some of them did go to the tip. And that's a true story. Well, according to the guy that drove them there in the truck, it is. He's dead now. You'll have to take my word for it for what he said. There's a beautiful stone over there. But the ones that didn't get tipped would have been reburied, I think, in like newer cemeteries like, you know, Hollingwood and what have you. But the point is, where are the records for that graveyard? And how do I get them? And how I know how to research the histories, that's not a problem. If anyone knows how I get those records, apart from going into the bloody records office, in fact, that's probably what I'll have to do. I'll have to go in there and see if I can get a copy. Anyway, Rosetta Hazeltine. Rosetta lived on Railway Road, Oldham, and she died February the 7th, 1895. She was 54. And also the beloved daughter Thomas and Rosetta Hazeltine, who died July 28th, 1893. Also Florence, Mary Elizabeth, and Abraham Twell. So I wonder if Rosetta died before her husband and he remarried, and he's buried with his new wife. Potentially that's what happens, isn't it? We've got another one here. That's a Blackpool though. Let's have a walk over here. So yeah, I've got that on my radar, everyone. I want to know who was buried in St Peter's in Oldham, and I want to do the histories, and I'll literally go through every single record if I can get my hands on them. Interesting, this one. There's a few people in here. So we've got Agnes, the beloved, dearly loved wife of Samuel Pegler. She died March 19th, 1919. She was 59. The devoted wife and mother. Also of Ivy, our dearly loved daughter of Samuel. She died 30 years old. Bloody hell. Samuel died in 1935, aged 76. Yeah, I've never walked down here before, and that's strange. I've got a grave that's been laid down there, everybody. We've got a few that are like mounted in the floor, which obviously isn't unusual, but it's not that common in this graveyard. Sorry, I was just looking at something then. Let's have a look over here. Oh, it's coming into spring now, everybody. None of the trees are thinking yet. They've got a few buds on. I don't know if you can make that out. They're on the way back. Samuel Smethurst of Union Street West died December 4th, 1906. He was 62. Also Elizabeth, wife of the above, died September 17th, 1915. He had a son called James Albert and a daughter called Martha Ann. I wonder if he was a shopkeeper or something. You'll know if I can find out, everybody. It'll be in. Another Rothwell here. William Rothwell died 1900. 20 years old. Also Harriet, the beloved wife of William. Oh look, the midges are back. Can you make them out? Wonder what's on this white grave here. The land's getting a bit sparse down here now. There will be people buried in every bit of it, I'm sure. We're going to have a good look over there in a bit, everyone. This is the stone of Henry Schimeld of Hartley Street, Oldham. He entered into rest January 18th, 1897. He was 51. Also Isabel, his wife, she died 1927, she was 78. Oh, look at that. Caradus Annie Hutchins, the beloved wife of Frederick George Hutchins. She died in 1952. And Frederick, 1983. Whitehead brothers. Schmeld. That sounds like a Jewish name, doesn't it? Schmeld. That's Broadway up there that you can see in here. Actually, you know what I might do? I might go into the grounds of the... what's over there? Some big rocks. I might go into the grounds of the Catholic Church because it's open. You can get in. Can't get in the church, but I'm thinking of going in there as well and having a good look, everyone. Let's have a look at these graves because these are like long forgotten, you know, and they're facing the other way as well. I can only assume when they were put in, maybe this bit was open because you wouldn't have it facing the wrong way, would you? You'd have it facing the road. Look at this, disgusting, a lot of dumping. James Gartside of Whitegate Lane, Chadderton. Died November 14th, 1889. He was 43. Also Betty, his wife, who died 1920. Matthew Williams of Oldham. Died 19... What is with these ages? 43. Charlotte Bradshaw. What's this one? Interesting. Henry Friend Beresford, who died May the 23rd. Yeah, 1935. He was 85 years old. Also Elizabeth, the beloved wife of Henry Bedford Friend Beresford of Lees, who died January the 30th, 1912. The daughter's in there, Annie. And the granddaughter, Jessie Beresford. She died in infancy. Oh, it's awful, that, isn't it? Let's have a look over here. I'm going to have a look at this one here, everyone. Wow, this is beautiful, this. Look at this. I bet this is... You know what? I bet in the summer you can't probably see this because it'll all grow over. Oh, they made it so you can't read this one. Oh, no, you can. Oh, no, you can't because they've done that thing, you know, where they lay them down. Disgusting. Gets right on my work, that. I've got a soldier down here, everybody. Let's have a look at the soldier. Just, again, the gravestones facing the wrong way. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. I don't think that's intentional, though. Well, obviously it's not going to be bloody intentional, Sarah, you idiot. It's 37619 Private J.W. Riley, Manchester Regiment, April the 11th, 1919, age 32. Should we go and have a look what's under the weeping willow? Yeah, I've got my famous shoes on again today, you know, the ones that are like completely open. It's all bleeding heat. Oh, Fred, my shoes come off now. Right, let's try again. Let's look up here. John Horton Haig of Glencairn, Queen's Road, Oldham. He died 1934. He was 93 years old. And also Ada, his wife, she was 77. 1934 she died also. Wow, she died literally, what is it, 9 days later? 11 days later? Jesus. That grave there, I featured in another video, everybody, but that grave there, the big one, that guy was an engineer, Blackburn. He did something to do with the Manchester Leeds Railway. Very, very clever man. Right then, so I'm going to do another 20 minutes walk around. In fact, we're going to have a look at Mrs. Suthers' grave. The Suthers family were massive in Oldham. They were cotton spinners. Well, the main guy was, you know, the chief. He was a very, very successful cotton spinner, and they lived in Worneth. They actually lived, look at this here, I think I've shown that before, Joe Evans. Yeah, they actually lived in what is a care home now on this bloody road called Windsor Road. And it's interesting because that road was also, that house was also lived in by the Leeses, you know, the Lees family. And they've also got a grave in this yard, in this graveyard, right? And last night, I've been looking for the grave of Sarah Ann Lees, ex-mayoress of Oldham. I've been looking for her grave now for years. This is what made me think maybe Sarah was buried in, I've come the wrong bleeding where? Oh no, yeah, it's over here. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe Sarah was buried in, you know, these two here. That Joseph Booth there. Pretty sure Joseph Booth of Henshaw Street, Oldham, that September 5th, 1883 was 40. I'm sure he was a grocer. I'll have to have a look. What was I saying? Yeah, anyway, the Sutherses. Suther Street in Worneth was named after them. And the wife, she had loads of money, but what she did, she had something to do with the Oldham Mission, and she did a lot of charity work. She was a very nice lady. This is James Mellor of Butler Green. He died November 9th, 1870. He was 38. Yeah. Also Elizabeth is relict, his wife. Just coming up to the plaque. You know that plaque grave over there, everybody? Can you believe? Look at the size of it. Can you believe that there's only 6 people buried in there? Just 6. John Platt, his son Samuel Radcliffe Platt. Samuel Radcliffe Platt has a portrait displayed in the council chamber in the Civic Centre in Oldham. He died, I think he drowned. I'm sure Samuel drowned aboard his yacht. That's how rich he was. Or his father, certainly. I think we might call it quits, everyone. This grave, just for reference, everybody, is the grave of one of the earlier MPs in Oldham, or that have still got graves around. It's John Duncroft MP. It's all going on.